Determining draw requests involves several key steps. Firstly, you need to estimate the total project cost. Calculate all anticipated project costs, including materials, labor, equipment, and overhead. This comprehensive estimate forms the basis for your draw requests. Secondly, it's important to establish a clear draw schedule. Determine the frequency and amount of draw requests. Common draw schedules include monthly, weekly, or bi-weekly, depending on the project's needs and your agreement with the client. Project duration is another crucial factor to consider. Shorter projects allow for more frequent draw requests, while longer projects may benefit from less frequent but larger draws. Negotiation with the client is paramount. Discuss the draw schedule and payment terms upfront before starting any work. This ensures both parties are on the same page and minimizes potential disputes later on. There are several types of draws you can utilize. Percentage of completion involves draws calculated based on the percentage of work completed. This method is often used for larger projects where progress can be easily tracked and quantified. Actual costs incurred bases draws on the actual materials, labor, and equipment costs incurred up to a specific date. This approach is well suited for smaller projects where costs are directly tied to specific tasks. Fixed amounts involve setting draws at a specific amount for each request. This method is less common, but can be useful for projects with predictable costs and milestones. To successfully obtain draws, follow these steps. Submit written draw requests to the client and the agreed-upon schedule. This provides a formal record of your request and the associated costs. Provide supporting documentation along with your draw requests. Include invoices, receipts, and any other documentation that validates the cost you are claiming. If necessary, meet with the client to review the draw request and address any questions or concerns they may have. This open communication can help expedite the approval process. Once the draw request is approved, ensure you receive payment from the client promptly. Following up on payments helps maintain a healthy cash flow. For a body shop project, consider these recommendations for your draw schedule. Monthly draws are suitable for projects with a duration of more than 3 months. This allows for regular payments while aligning with the typical billing cycles. For smaller projects, consider using fixed amounts for each draw, such as $5,000 or $10,000 per draw. This simplifies the draw request process and provides predictable cash flow. For larger projects, establish a draw schedule based on a percentage of completion. For instance, you might allocate 25% for materials, 50% for labor, and 25% for overhead. This approach ensures that your draws accurately reflect the progress made on the project. Remember that clear communication, accurate documentation, and a well-defined draw schedule are essential for successful project financing. Make sure to keep track of all invoices, receipts, and timesheets, as they will be needed to provide supporting documentation for your draws. It is also important to maintain a good working relationship with the client, which can make the draw request process smoother. In addition, be aware of any specific requirements that the client may have for draw requests, such as using a particular form or submitting the request by a certain date. Furthermore, be sure to factor in any potential delays or unexpected costs that may arise during the project. Having a contingency plan in place can help you to avoid financial difficulties and ensure that you are able to complete the project successfully. Finally, remember that the draw request process is a negotiation between you and the client. Be prepared to justify your costs and to work with the client to reach an agreement that is fair to both parties. Understanding these factors will help you manage your cash flow effectively and ensure that you receive timely payments for your work. For a percentage of completion draws, it is important to accurately track the progress of the project. This can be done by using project management software or by manually tracking the completion of tasks. In addition, it is important to communicate regularly with the client about the progress of the project and any potential changes to the schedule or budget. This will help to build trust and ensure that the client is comfortable with the draw requests. For actual costs incurred draws, it is important to keep accurate records of all expenses. This includes materials, labor, and equipment costs. In addition, it is important to have a system in place for tracking these expenses and generating reports. This will make it easier to prepare draw requests and to provide supporting documentation. For fixed amount draws, it is important to carefully consider the amount of each draw. The amount should be sufficient to cover the costs of the project and to provide a reasonable profit. In addition, it is important to factor in any potential delays or unexpected costs that may arise during the project. When submitting draw requests, it is important to be professional and courteous. The draw request should be clear, concise, and well organized. In addition, it should be accompanied by all necessary supporting documentation. It is also important to be responsive to any questions or concerns that the client may have. By following these tips, you can increase your chances of getting your draw requests approved quickly and efficiently. Remember that the draw request process is an essential part of managing your cash flow and ensuring the financial success of your electrical contracting business. The draw schedule should be clearly outlined in the contract with the client, specifying the frequency of draws, the method of calculation, and the required documentation. It's also wise to include a clause addressing late payments and potential penalties. During negotiations, consider the client's financial stability and reputation. A client with a history of late payments may require more frequent draws or a higher percentage of completion for each draw. Thoroughly review all invoices and receipts before submitting a draw request to ensure accuracy and completeness. Any discrepancies or missing documentation can cause delays in payment. Maintain detailed project records, including daily logs, timesheets, and material tracking sheets. These records will serve as valuable evidence to support your draw requests. Be prepared to answer any questions from the client regarding the project's progress, costs, or any other relevant details. Transparency and open communication are crucial for building trust and maintaining a positive working relationship. Consider using project management software to streamline the draw requests process. These tools can help you track project progress, manage costs, generate invoices, and submit draw requests electronically. Familiarize yourself with the local building codes and regulations to ensure compliance with all requirements. Any code violations or permitting issues can delay project completion and impact your ability to receive draws. If the project involves multiple subcontractors, coordinate with them to ensure that their invoices and documentation are submitted in a timely manner. This will help you consolidate all costs into a single draw request. Before submitting a draw request, review the contract with the client to ensure that you are meeting all the requirements and adhering to the agreed upon terms. Pay close attention to any specific instructions or deadlines. Stay informed about any changes in the construction industry, such as material price increases or labor shortages. These factors can impact your project cost and should be factored into your draw requests. It is also a good practice to have a lawyer review your contract. The lawyer can help to make sure that you have appropriate protections. And finally, regularly assess your cash flow needs and adjust your draw schedule accordingly. A proactive approach to cash flow management can help you avoid financial difficulties and ensure the long-term success of your business. These steps are the key to successful project management. Good project management ensures projects are completed on time and within budget.